Hey guys, what's up? It's David for Techbytes, and it is currently 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, and I just got back from the Apple Store. And at the Apple Store, I picked up this, an iPhone XS Max. So let's go unbox it and let's go talk about it. I picked up an iPhone XS Max today in 64 gigs, and it is the space gray variant. So the box pretty much looks like any other iPhone, and it does feel pretty nice, which is something I would expect from a phone that cost $1,100. So as we open the cover here, we'll see that it is designed by Apple in California, and underneath that you have the phone itself in all its plastic goodness. Now right off the bat, this does pretty much look like an iPhone X, but a little bit bigger. Underneath the phone, you'll find your standard Apple accessories like a power brick, the headphone cable, and a lightning cable underneath that. Now the silly thing is that Apple still doesn't include the fast charging brick or fast charging cable, which is pretty annoying. You would think by now Apple would at least include it since we're already paying such a premium for the phone. Also included with the iPhone is the Apple branded headphones, which, true with the rumor, does not include a Lightning to 3.5mm adapter. If you are one of the many people that still use a 3.5mm jack, then you will have to buy an adapter from Apple. And now for the moment we've all been waiting for, the plastic peel. Ooh, that's nice. So let's talk specs real quick. The iPhone XS Max is a 6.5-inch phone with an OLED display that supports HDR10/Dolby Vision, and it supports a 2688 by 1242 resolution at 458 pixels per inch. Now, I think the screen does look very good. The OLED does a really good job of displaying vivid colors, but without oversaturating it like the Samsung S9 that I reviewed a couple months ago. The brights are really good, and the blacks are also very good on this phone. In fact, I think the blacks are so accurate that Apple themselves even tried to hide the notch at the top of their phone by using a wallpaper that was primarily black. Come on, Apple, you don't have to hide the notch. Embrace your notch. Speaking of the notch though, Apple is claiming that their Face ID does work up to 2 times faster now, which overall the whole phone does feel faster than last generations, and that could be part due to the A12 processor and also part due to the fact that iOS 12 now is also much more optimized for iPhones. Now, one of the things that seemed to have confused people from the Apple keynote was the fact that the iPhone XS now has a 120Hz refresh rate. But as Apple stated, this is a 120Hz touch refresh rate, not a 120Hz screen refresh rate. But a lot of blogs seem to have taken this as a 120Hz screen, kind of like what you would find in a gaming monitor or in the new iPad, but it's completely different. This touch refresh rate scans for any touch input 120 times a second, which is different than displaying frames 120 times a second. So what this means is that the iPhone has a 60Hz refresh rate while having a 120Hz touch refresh rate. One of the new features of the iPhone XS is the fact that it has a dual SIM card slot. Now, if you have the Chinese version of the iPhone XS, then you will actually have 2 different slots for the SIM cards, but if you live anywhere else in the world, the XS is going to have a single SIM card slot, but you can put a SIM card on both sides, which enables the dual SIM card. One of the hot things that Apple touched upon on the keynote was the camera. And while the camera does have the same hardware specs as the iPhone X, it is a little bit more advanced. Apple claims that they're using machine learning and the neural networks in order to create better photos for you. And I think that the new portrait features with the advanced depth control and bokeh control are really cool. I mean, look at this picture of my cat that I got. He's so cute. Everyone can be an Instagram model now. One of the other new features of the iPhone XS is that it is now IP68 water resistant, which means it can be underwater for up to 2 meters for 30 minutes, and according to Apple, can withstand coffee, tea, and soda spills. Apple also says that the stereo speakers are up to 25% louder now, and that wireless charging is also faster as well. Now that is about it for all the important new features of the iPhone XS. Taking Apple's traditions into account, the S is really just a spec bump and a few new features added. But while there's nothing really crazy going on here, I think the new features are really cool, and if you're upgrading from an older iPhone, this might be a good purchase. But I really wouldn't upgrade from the iPhone X to the XS. unless you're going for the XS Max for the bigger screen. Anyways, that has been the iPhone XS Max for you guys. If you guys have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. I try to get back to everyone as soon as possible. And if you guys like the video, please go ahead and give it a like. It'll really help the channel grow. And as always, I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I'll see you next time.